Spartans! What is your profession?
People yap about the dreams they chase, big plans on show in a noisy space, talking loud but moving slow, hollow words where actions go. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Empty promises fill the air. Procrastination everywhere. Stop the act, just make the move. Whoa. Show your grind, let talent groove. Whoa. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Enough of words, let's see the deeds. Don't just plant but sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away. It's about the work you lay. Words, let's see the deeds. Just plant and sow the seeds. Show the grit beneath your skin. Let the real work begin. Shut up and produce, get things done. No one cares about talk spun. Prove your worth or walk away.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am back. I was not feeling the greatest over the weekend. It was a very, very busy week last week and weekend. Got a little sick, but we're here. We are good to go. Let's get to it. We already have my homie in the building, Victor Williams Jr. in the building. Good morning, Victor Williams Jr. How are you doing today? So today we're going to be we're going to be finishing up week 2. We're going to be looking at probably today and Wednesday, we're going to be looking at the project where we're building some type of multi-modal chatbot, all of that good stuff. But before we go any further, I am Tico Trough. We are Engineered to Win. This is the Coffee and Kata Morning Show. We are diving into our large language models course that we've been doing. All of that good stuff. Up early, up ready to go. Let's get to it. Quick announcements before we jump into it. At noon Eastern time, I'm going to be premiering a video about loyalty. Yep. I named it Stop Being Loyal, play on words, but check it out. We're going to have that conversation of what is like, you know how they say we can be loyal to a fault. So we're going to be talking about that. So check that out on at noon Eastern time, this channel. And tomorrow we're going to be going live with our hybrid tech Q&A / working on projects, all of that good stuff. We're going to be diving back into some AI projects, maybe either through Lovable or through through Nodemation, N8M, all that good stuff, right? So that is the plan for today and for tomorrow. But do me a big favor, if you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every time we go live and drop new content. Check out techcoachdraft.dev, all of that good stuff, all right? So before we jump in, let me check the chat real quick. We have my guy, Victor Williams Jr. in the building. Says, what up, big dog? I'll be listening in while I complete some of these tickets. Always interesting on a Monday. Shout out to you. Getting to work early on a Monday morning. All right, so let's not waste any time. Let's start looking into this project that they're asking us to do. Let me see if this works. Let me fix that real quick. I'm still a bit kind of stuffy-ish, but we will make do with what we got. All right, cool. So let me put that back up. Let's close this out. Let's zoom in a bit. So what they want us to do is now use everything you've learned from week 2 to build a full prototype for the technical question answerer you built in week 1. This should include a Gradio UI streaming using the system prompt to add expertise and the ability to switch between modals. Bonus points if you can demonstrate use of a tool. If you feel bold, you can use you can add audio input so you can talk to it and have it respond with audio. ChatGPT or Claude can help you, or email me if you have any questions. I'm always skeptical when they say to email them because this is a lot of people taking the class, and how does this one person has time to respond to every single student? So I don't know how much I could try. I don't know how feasible emailing this one Udemy professor, and because I suspect a lot of people might have the same type of question. So that's why for me, like when I get a question through either a comment, a chat, or maybe on a Discord, or somebody emails me, I'll probably just do a full video because I'm sure a lot of other people might have that question. But anyways, I digress. So it says I will publish a full solution here soon unless someone beats me to it. There are many commercial applications for this, from a language tutor to a company onboarding solution to a companion AI to a course like this one. I can't wait for your results. All right, so that's basically what they want us to do is to take what we built in week 1 and add to it. So we're gonna build upon it. Let's see if our week 1 project still works. Because we had some issues the other day. Let's see. So week 1 exercise. Yeah, that still works. So basically, we're gonna take this exercise, and we are going to add that to. We're gonna add that to our week 2 project. So let's see how big this was. So let's take a quick look at what we did in week 1. All right. So in week 1, demonstrate your familiarity with OpenAI API and also allow me to build a tool that takes technical questions and responds with an explanation. This is a tool that you will be able to use yourself during the course. As I was coming onto the show this morning, I had a different thought, right? Instead of just like building off this technical project, I was like, well, why can't we? Because we do the cybersecurity, the ethical hacking on Thursdays, and I was like, why can't we build something that goes out and finds what are the latest threats and cybersecurity news, and then like, so let's say it goes to Perplexity to get that, and I know that Victor Williams Jr. is headed towards like cybersecurity and stuff like that. So I was like, that'd be a cool. Let's get all the cybersecurity news and then let's have it read back to us, but not through like how Perplexity would just read it like news articles, but it can tell us like in a somewhat of a podcast format, story format of what are the threats, where it's like more personable as opposed to just reading a news briefing. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll customize our bot to do to pull the information from Perplexity, and then it will use OpenAI to interpret that data and share it with us. Um, I kind of did something like that with Nodemation the other day, but it was for economic news as we are trying to prototype building out a the Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, like the Men Lie, Women's Lie, Numbers Manipulate podcast, fully automated. So I'm thinking like, all right, well, if we can get this data and have it give us the cybersecurity news, that'd be pretty interesting. So let's see what we can do. All right. I think I'm gonna go with that route instead of just being a technical assistant chatbot. I'm like, that's cool and all, but how about if we do something a little bit more interesting? So with that being said, so what we did in week one, we installed Markdown, installed OpenAI. Then we went into all of our imports. We had our OpenAI key, we had our Gemini key, we had our constants where we have our setting up OpenAI client, have our models, Gemini, Olama. We're not going to use Olama because we're not running it locally. That would take too much computer power to run that. Passing in Gemini. And we're saying, all right, a question. Let's see. Make a call to Gemini. Help from GPT. So this one's using GPT. And we're streaming the response. And then what do we have here? So I don't think we used Gradio in week one. I think we started using Gradio in week two. So we would. All right. So here's what we're going to do. The way that I like to do this, I'm going to write out everything that we want to do. So here is where I am writing out what I want to do. How do I, let's see, block comment Python. All right, let's try the 3 lines. I never remember this stuff, to be honest. All right, let's go with. All right. Let's do this. What we will build. Let's do a chatbot that reports the latest cybersecurity threats in a way that is easy to understand. All right, we're gonna go with how this will work. We're going to, so in general, we're going to ask Perplexity what are the 10 most recent and popular cybersecurity stories from the past 24 hours. Then we are going to take those stories from Perplexity and pass them to OpenAI to explain to us in an easy to understand way. Because Perplexity, what they will do is it's like just the raw news. But then what I like to do is have OpenAI break it down in a way that we can easily understand. All right. So now, how will we do this? Will we do this? We're going to, in order to do this, we're going to need to import OpenAI, Perplexity. Although I think Perplexity uses OpenAI stuff. Add keys for OpenAI / Perplexity. Also, I'm going to say that it will read back to us the latest news. All right, so we have that. Import set up Gradio to be a chatbot. So we have set up Gradio to be a chatbot. Stretch goal. We can speak to the chatbot in order to provide us this information. So that's what I would have in mind for this project to work. A little different than what they had already said, but I mean, I think that it's important that we go out there and explore on our own. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to steal some code from existing stuff. So we're gonna go and take all of these. Let me close down some stuff. So let's go here. Import OS, import JSON, import .env. Move day 5 over here to be organized. And I'm going to take all of this. Let me run this. All of our imports. I want to put this. I also want to go and take wherever we have. So I know we have Perplexity inside of here. So I'm going to go take Perplexity out of that. Go search for it. Let's do just get all that. And let's do this one. Let me put my Perplexity in there. Perplexity is good. So I have OpenAI key. I have Perplexity key. Now we want to. So let's set up our system messages. And so our system message is going to be, you are an expert cyber security researcher and journalist who can easily explain and interpret cybersecurity threats around the world. All right, so that is our system message. Then we say let's say give detailed explanations about the threat that you are sharing, and always be accurate. If you don't know the answer, just say so. But so I like that one, right? So if you don't know the answer, say that you don't know, but you'll be looking into it and you're gonna find out. All right. All right. So now, let me see here. Now, what I want to do is, all right. So we have that. What I want to do is, let's see, pull from day 5. So we're gonna start this, and so before I do that, what I want to do is I want to get the information from Perplexity first. So let's do, we should get the info from Perplexity first. So what I would do is, let's get this request to Perplexity. And instead of, let's see, where's the, okay, there we go. Oh, cancel that. All right. Yeah. So yeah, Twitch was acting up, but we got that taken care of. All right. So let's take this. Maybe in my original thought about getting the last 10, we'll figure it out as we get there. But I might have to change that idea up a bit, because if we're gonna be having a conversation with the chatbot, maybe I have to think about that one, right? But system, I'm gonna I'm gonna change this up a bit. We're gonna say these system messages are gonna be for Open AI. And for Perplexity, what I'm going to say is, what I want to say for Perplexity is, let's say Perplexity. I'm going to keep this one about that. And I'm going to say, for that one, I'm going to say, let's leave it at that, right? Let's leave it at that for now. So I will say for this one, Perplexity system message, put that there. And then the message that we're going to pass into Perplexity. So let's test this out real quick, right? We are going to say, let's run these real quick. Run these. Request to Perplexity. And in our request of perplexity, we're going to say, what are some recent cyber security hacks that have been reported? Let's see. Perplexity is not defined. Okay, so let's go and define perplexity. Got that. Okay, so we need this one right here. And we are going to let's put that where where's the let's put that right there. Perplexity. And if we run that again, and we have Fast Mama Jama in the building, says, is this Python? Yes, this is Python code. And we're using Jupyter notebooks to be able to work with this Python code. But yes, definitely this is Python code that we're using as we work with these chatbots for this show. All right, let me see. So we have everything returned in Markdown. Let's see, for the time being, let's get this to be formatted properly. So I'm gonna go into this one and take that. Let's see if I do that. That gonna work? Fast Mama Jama says, I've been writing Python code using Llama to catch drones in the sky. I rarely catch anything, but when I do, it's fun. What do you mean? What do you mean by to catch drones in the sky? Is it like to identify them? What do you mean by that? That sounds pretty interesting. What do you mean by using it to catch drones in the sky? Markdown is not defined. All right, so let's define our markdown. So what I'm doing, I just want to see what's being returned to me. So Python import. I thought I had that though. No, guess not. All right, let's try that again. Fast Mama Jama says, I use OpenCV to record frames. Interesting. And here data sets to identify possible matches. That is pretty interesting. Then I check Olama to check images. Then I ask Olama to check images. I have a security camera point. Oh, that is pretty cool. How many drones have you caught using this. That sounds pretty awesome, actually. That so your security camera is pointing to the sky. I've used OpenCV before in the past for some quality testing stuff. So you have that, and now you're capturing the frames, and then you're using Olama to notify you when a potential match of a drone is caught. That is really cool. That is really cool. Fastmo John says, I get weird things in frame all the time. I mean, it makes me wonder, like, if we actually did take, like, just stare at the sky all day, what would we actually see? Because normally we're looking down or forward, but probably a lot of weird stuff happening above our heads that we're not too familiar with. My script is free to download. Where is your script at? Is it like on GitHub or something? We got my guy in the building, Rod Brown in the building. What's up, Rod Brown? How are you? Or in this case, it's just Rod, but what's up, just Rod? My guy, Rod Brown. How are you doing? And Fastmo Java says, the new one I should post soon. That is awesome. I'd love to take a look at the code for that. If you want to share the name of, if it's on GitHub, I have a channel. I have a channel in Discord. Okay. What's your channel on Discord? And do you have your code on GitHub? I would pull up your code on GitHub to see like what you have over there. That sounds pretty cool. The whole concept of like your application staring at the sky. I'm not. How are you writing Python code if you're not a coder? How are you writing Python code if you're not a coder? That's interesting. That's interesting. But what's up, Rod Brown? How are you doing this morning, Rod Brown? How was your weekend, Rod Brown? All right, so look what we got back. We have recent major cybersecurity hacks 2024-2025, cryptocurrency heist, Bybit, healthcare sector, Yale News, affected 5.5 million, insurance industry, Blue Shield of California, massive credential leak, critical software vulnerabilities, espionage and state-sponsored attacks, Chinese state-sponsored Salt Typhoon. I think we reviewed that one. Internet Archive, Pokemon developer Game Freak. I think I reviewed that one too. Why is this? These incidents highlight the breadth and scale of recent cyber threats. All right. All right. I don't. Probably this return right here. So we got that. So we have this being returned to us. Let's see. Fast Moving Jama says, but if you want to start a UFO hunting project, it would be nice. That is pretty interesting. So I'll upload the new code before I give you the link. All right, yeah. I'll be here. Let me know. I'm here just about every day, so just let us know how the status is on the project that you're working on, because that sounds pretty interesting. It sounds pretty cool. All right, so we have this information. So what we're gonna do, we have this return, and then what I would do is take what gets returned to us and pass that into a open AI request to pass that into OpenAI requests in order to have that explained to us in a clean, easy to understand way. So let's see. But this is all right. So let me see. What are some, instead of recent, let me see. What are some cybersecurity news events that have been reported in the past 24, let's say past 7 days? See what we can get out of that one. because if we can get so past 7 days, Chrome 0-day vulnerability, Fortinet 0-day vulnerability and proof of concept, Jenkins Gatlin plugin vulnerability, zero-click iPhone attacks via iMessage, interesting, destructive malware attack in Ukraine, critical vulnerabilities in major enterprise products, U.S. action legal developments in cybercrime. All right, so and here is what I always tell you. The prompting is so important because when I said recent, it just took me 2024 to 2025. But if I say in the past 7 days, it gives me very, very detailed attacks that now we can use to report on for the bug bite. So this might end up being a very, very useful little project of ours where we can get the reach, because like sometimes I have to like go searching through different places to find stories for the bug bite, but I can just say, all right, give me the recent stories and give me a summary of it. And then I can say, okay, I want to use that one. I want to use that one. I want to use that one. I can probably create a bunch of these stories in like a day, reviewing them and stuff like that. So very, very helpful this is very helpful. All right. So now that we have that, we can say, so now that we have this, so now I want to say, I want to summarize. I want OpenAI or ChatGPT to summarize the news stories the cybersecurity news provided by Perplexity. All right, so if I go and let's go to day 5, I take is this gonna work? Let's see. All right, so if I take this chatbot, right, and I put it in here, how could I pass in the response that I got from Perplexity? I could say, I it's not gonna let you post a link to it. Let's see. What you could do, Fast Mama Jama, is type out the address and instead of using like .com or whatever, put in like type out the word dot so then I can interpret it that way, because it's not gonna let you post a link to it. All right, let me see what's going on. So what I want to do, I want to pass the response that I got from here. Let me comment this one out for now. Oops. And I want to say, system message. So this one wants to be OpenAI system message. Now to pass in the news from Perplexity, I would say, this could be like a tool, but messages, system, content, open access, and message plus history plus the role. Let me see. Let me see where this history is being defined. History. Chat message history. Okay, history's here. How is that history being passed in? History. Okay, cool. I'll check out your YouTube channel. We'll see what that has. All right. So, okay, perfect. I will check out that YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm taking a look at it now. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, I can only imagine with UFOs and stuff like that. That would be pretty big. Yep, I'll check it out. That is so cool. All right. Trying to think. All right, let me just do this. Let's just run this real quick. In here, want to run this. Shout out to Fast Mama Jama for following on Twitch. All right, let me see. So now that we have our chatbot, let me see what are some cybersecurity. I don't think this is gonna work because it's not plugged into Perplexity yet, but some cybersecurity news in the past 7 days. It should tell us that it can't get it because as of October 23. However, what I want to do is say, however, I wonder if we did this. What if we did this? Just to try something out, right? What if I say, instead I use what if just for the time being, how would this work? Can we duplicate this? So all right, so if we were to go and take, let's just take this whole thing for now. And I say, chat with Perplexity, message history, response, let's leave this, that, response equals the messages can stay, that can stay. Where is it? All right, the model. Let's say we pass in model here. Messages are being passed in. History. That looks good. So then the only thing that we need to change is this right here. Just want to see what that's going to do. And then everything else stays the same. Let me get rid of this. And if we do that, what are some recent cybersecurity news in the past 7 days? Let's see what we get here. I don't have wait, so it's still using OpenAI then. I should have been using this one. Oh, okay, type. Wait a second. Here has chat. Function chat. Okay, so that's what it is. Function chat with perplexity.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Take care, Fast My Pajama. Thanks for tuning in. All right, as we wrap it up, let's try this. All right. What are some cybersecurity stories from the past 7 days? Error. Oh. I wonder why that gave an error. Response, perplexity, chat completion, model. Let me just say Sonar Pro. Probably doesn't have the model. Let's try that. Let's see. Taking its time. Okay, so June 2025. Okay, so this is good. Supply chain attackers escalate. Cybersecurity researchers have uncovered a recent supply chain attacking targeting. Yada yada yada. That's pretty good. Interesting. So if I say can you give me more details about let's see what it says. Then we'll wrap it up after that. The glue stack supply chain attack, latest developments. The cybersecurity landscape is currently facing a significant supply chain attack targeting glue stack's ecosystem. Interesting. So we're able to get all the details. Now, what I want to be able to do is put it in a way that's easy to explain. And I think with where we can plug into OpenAI at that point, it's all right. Here are the details for. Here's a summary of this in an easy to digest way. So all right, so we have the chatbot right now running through Perplexity. We're gonna see how we can take those details and have it run through OpenAI to make it easy for us to understand. But I think that's it for today. We are out of time. Go back to full screen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Victor Williams Jr. Hopefully you get those tickets cleared out. Thank you, Rod Brown, for stopping by. Looking forward to seeing your premiere at 12:30 Eastern time today. You guys go check out Rod Brown after after Candid Conversations, let's go check out Rod Brown's premiere, where he's going to be talking about the NBA Finals and a star in the NBA Finals. So check that out at 12:30 Eastern as well. But yeah, that is it for me. Remember, noon Eastern time, Candid Conversations about loyalty. Tomorrow evening, we're going to be doing our tech Q&A hybrid. We're going to be answering questions you can call in, as well as working on different things. And we'll go from there, right? But on our way out, do me a big favor. If you have not done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, check out techcoachralph.dev. Sign up today, get access to exclusive content. But with that being said, we are getting out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, a wonderful, wonderful start to your week. Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
They say I don't live in reality, and dreams I float like a stream. They say I need to grow up, who cares? Life's a wild, crazy thing. Sorry for thinking you can be successful. Magic in the air we breathe. I believe too much in you, girl, more than the things they preach. They say I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, feeling fine. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Sorry for thinking you can be successful. Magic in the air we breathe. I believe too much in you, girl, more than the things they preach. I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, fees they preach. They say I don't see their ways, never colored inside their lines. But I'm dancing on the edge to my own rhythm, feelings they preach. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Not everyone is not me, and that's my favorite part. We are wild, untamed, and free, with fire inside our hearts. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Whispering tales of dreams on a road less traveled by. Our footsteps light as feathers in the glowing sunset sky. Not everyone is not me.